Hello, Dr. Fiaz is busy, so on his behalf, I will take a session. So everyone ready?
Yep, ready.
So my workflow is the sketching software. The first one in my list is a ChemSketch. ChemSketch is a relatively a simple software which is used to draw a 2D structure. So 2D structure help in usually the chemist have a thousand of chemists uses a 2D structure to draw the reaction schemes, and we can use this to convert 2D structure into 3D structure. So one by one, we discuss their interface and how to use it. And then we will move on to the camera. And then we can use the Avogadro software or a Mercury software. So based on anyone expertise and anyone likes this software, you can use these software. So link I have provided in the group. You can download these software from the link I have provided in the group on the Google Drive. So I have also given these links. You can directly download from their websites if you want to download it. So ChemSketch. ChemSketch is basically a modeling software. It is developed by ACD company. So in which we can introduce some features such as we can draw the ions functional group, and it has also given the templates, and there are many more features. So this is the interface. So you can understand this interface by looking at it. So I will also show the software. So first of all, you can see that its interface on the right side. You can see structure tool. You can select a different structure. However, on the left side, you can see on the element table and the element to select from. So, 1 minute. I will also show the software. So, this is the software. Uh, this is the element toolbar. For example, by default, if you click on the enumerate, it will have CH4. So if you want to draw another molecule, for example, you want to draw a ethane molecule, so you have to select and drag. It will convert into uh, ethane, and you can form multiple bonds. So if you want, but you can see that it is a distorted structure and it is not in a good shape. So you can select. You can also press on the keyboard Control plus A, or you can use it this uh, this tool, less or on or off. So if if you drag and select, you can select it. So if you go on the tool on the top ribbon page, you can see that there are different structure properties. So if we click on the structure properties, it will show it. So you can select how much symbol size or bond length or you want in a font size. You can select a different font size based on you want to show in your thesis or a publication. So, based on as compared to the ChemDraw, ChemSketch is a free software. You don't need a serial or a other thing. Just you need to download it. So if you go to the tools and select the clean structure, it will optimize the structure and give a good look. So it will give a good look. If you click and again, it will show the best possible and low energy forms. And also, if you want to see that it whether it has a tautomeric form or not, if you know that tautomerism exists in a conjugate structure, so it's in a non-polar structure, so it won't be any tautomeric form. If you select it, and it will show that there is no chemical another tautomeric form. Okay. Now we will go to the slides. So it you there are different main features you can copy paste. So you can also use to copy your keyboard shortcut such as Control plus C or Control plus V, or for undo you can use Control plus V. So you can also use the different kinds of arrow. One or one of the good feature, it can also show your 2D structure into 3D structure. So if you want to draw a structure, so just as I've shown it, you will select, you can tap on your click on the anywhere on the canvas, and it will automatically show the CH4. Or you can draw another molecule or other element. So I have shown you this tool structure. So it will show that you can clean structure, optimize the best possible low energy structure. So it save us it our save our time. Okay. Okay. Uh, if I want to select a nitrogen molecule, so it will have ammonia structure. And if I want to select a different kind of bonds, such as stereo bonds, which is a wedge structure or a hollow wedge. So it helps in to describe the stereochemistry of molecule. It is helpful in a organic chemistry. So if you want to draw a reaction scheme can be drawn using the arrow. If you right click on this structure, it will show a different kind of arrow. I hope you are familiar with the description of these arrow. These, if based on your requirement, you can use one of the arrow. If I select the arrow and I can drag and select the length of a arrow. If I don't select the length of arrow and click it, it will automatically show the default. However, if you want to label the arrow on the above and below, you can select this feature. If you select this feature, it will show that you can write, for example, A, B, C, or a temperature. You can select, it has a different feature. So it will be easy to add a reaction condition based on the pressure or a volume you want to add it in the structure. Uh, Example, I have selected this structure and I want to convert into 3D structure. So I will click it. It will show. However, so these are the different features. So it has a one of the many features. So I will show to, these slides. I have prepared the slide to show the use how to use the software and select the different properties. So the tool ribbon has different features. I have told that you can also select a 3D optimization from the ribbon also, or you can use this feature. So you can also select on different elements which are present in the periodic table, and this feature helpful in inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry requires transition elements or different elements, and you can also edit the label. Is if you see this feature, you can see that it is a edit label. If you, for example, if you selected this carbon and you click it, after clicking the label feature, you will see you can select, for example, NO2 or a different functional group you want to add it, or you want to add a radical labeling, for example, you want to add it a number of different functional group and you want to represent by using the R, this is the helpful feature to select it. If you want to add a charge of your structure, so this feature is good to go. So I have explained this feature. This feature shows the stereochemistry of a bond. You can select a different stereochemical structures. And this helpful feature in drawing the resonance structure. Resonance structure is helpful in just showing the reaction scheme. Help in helpful. And this one, the position is to change the uh, perspective position of a bond. If you whether you want to set it horizontally or vertically, or if flip the bond on a vertically or a 90 angle. So based on your requirement, you can select the bond and show the position of a bond. So I have also shown that how to select the arrow, a different kind of arrow. So these arrow are helpful in drawing the correction scheme. So if you see the uh, uh, this uh, s- ribbon, you say different templates are present already made. Uh, Based on your requirement, you can also easily select these templates and it will save your time. So 3D structure. 3D structure is one of the requirement in our course. For example, if you want to draw a ligand and you want to convert into a 3D diagram. So 3D diagram, from 3D diagram, you can save it in your required format, for example, SDF or a mole, which will be helpful in conducting the molecular docking or a DFT studies. So this feature, as you can see that you have to see this line. uh, this symbol represent if you want to convert 2D structure into 3D structure. When you will convert on this symbol, you will see our structure will be converted into 3D structure. So if you want to represent the 2D structure into the ball and stick model or a space field model, yeah, if you want to show the structure in your publication, you can directly save it. So let me show it. So when you will select it, you have to select it and you have to click the disk symbol. This is a 3D view and the new window will open. So you can also move the mouse and you can see the different shapes. So how this feature will help in our study. So if you want to save this structure into one of your required files, you have to click the file and save it. If you see this window, you will see the save file here. So if you want to save as a picture, whether you want to show in your publication or a thesis, so this is a helpful feature. So one of the feature which will help in help it is export feature. So using the export feature, you can save it as your required file. So let me show it on your slide and then we'll show on the hand-on experience. So I have shown you to how to use a 3D structure. So 3D structure is helpful in showing the 3D diagram. So through using the 3D diagram, you can uh, save it as you can select a different color or a different features such as ball and stick or a space shield based on how you want to look the molecule. The second software, which is a ChemDraw. ChemDraw is a paid software, but I have provided it a cracked version. You can use it. You can download it and install it. So I hope you are familiar with this software. So this is as compared to the ChemSketch. This software is easy to use and is user friendly. So it is helpful for the best for the publication of a 2D structure, and you can draw the complex reaction schemes and chemical labeling and annotation. Or one of the most helpful feature is the fast editing. You can select any structure and you can edit it easily. Or further, you can export your structure in a export user-friendly vector structure. So vector structure is the feature which help in drawing the high resolution pictures of chemical structures. So, if you want to, when you use ChemDraw, this is a recommended workflow. So, select by selecting the bond and chain tool, and you can select build a molecular skeleton. Or when you have built a molecular skeleton, you can edit the atom for the heteroatom or many uncommon atoms. For example, if the element doesn't exist, you can also add it. You can also add the bond adder. For example, you can add double bond, triple bond easily, and stereochemistry for a visual appearance. The structure cleanup you have seen in a ChemSketch. In this ChemDraw also uses the structure clean to normalize the geometry and the space. And it has other features such as arrow and text. And before exporting, you can expect the bond order. So I have to show the ChemDraw software. So ChemDraw, this is a window of a ChemDraw. So this ribbon you see here is a structure selection. So if you don't select any, the first one of the required thing when you use the ChemDraw to select the bonds tool. When you select the bond tool, you will see this will by default show the ethane molecule. So if you don't want to show it, if you click it and it will convert into another structure, and you can form the many chain length as you want. So if you want to edit it, you want to see, for example, you want to add nitrogen or phosphorus or sulfur, you will click this feature A, and this is a text tool. If you click the text tool and select the uh, corner portion, and you want to add a P, and it will select the structure. So it is showing that this structure is not normalized and it is not accurate. And I also want to add a nitrogen, and I want to show it a accurate. So you can draw the many structure as you want. But if you want to structure cleanup tool, you will see this feature, and you will see the check structure. Check structure will show that whether our structure is accurate or not. It will show that there is any invalid portion or invalid atom. So yeah, P is saying that it is not a proper structure. So if you want to see it a so you can see that it is a distorted structure. I want to clean this structure. I will click this clean structure cleanup tool, and it will automatically convert into a best looking structure. If I will again I again click this structure, it will also show the second possible orientation. So I when keep clicking, so it will change until there's no best possible structure. So if you want to show the name of structure, you will use this feature, uh, convert name to the structure to the name. Uh, it will show the name of structure. However, if you want to add a structure on the name based on your name, you will add the name of a structure, and it will show your benzene structure. So if before I move any proceed further, if whether you have any question or not, if you have any question before I move further. Okay. One of the good features is that you can also predict the NMR spectrum. NMR spectrum is a helpful in a when you prepared in a organic material compound and you want to compare the experimental NMR spectra and theoretical spectra. You can see that if you whether you have prepared your uh, possible compound or not. So this feature, which is the predict NMR, carbon NMR and a hydrogen NMR, is a good feature to show that you are whether your compound theoretical NMR spectra correlate with a experimental spectra. So when we click it, it will show our possible proton NMR spectrum. So it is showing that proton NMR spectrum, and it shows that possible peaks or a chemical shift based on the chemical environment of a proton. So it gives the details. So it is very helpful feature in predicting the chemical features. If I select another structure and I want to predict the carbon NMR, so carbon NMR it will be also directed here. So this is a very good feature which is helpful in a predicting the NMR spectrum or carbon NMR, proton NMR. You can compare your experimental spectra with a theoretical spectra. So if you want to see the mass spectrum, this ChemDraw also include the mass spectrum feature. So to select the mass spectrum feature, you will select the feature here on the toolbar. So here are the different kind of tools. You have to select the fragment tool. This is the fragmentation tool. When you select the fragmentation tool, it will show the it will uh, divide the structure and show the fragmentation, possible fragmentation. So whether I want to dissect this bond, and it will show the possible mass, show the effect. So you can draw and make many fragments as you want, and you can add it in your chemical structure. So if you want to select any reaction scheme, so reaction scheme can be drawn using this feature. No, you just need to install ChemDraw in your Windows. So do you don't need to start in Ubuntu interface. Ubuntu will be helpful in a other features you DFTs and a GROMEX such as a MD simulation or a molecular docking. So you only need to install one. ChemSketch is a free software. ChemDraw is a paid. So, however, I have provided the link to download the ChemDraw, which is a cracked version, and you can use it to. You can also install based on your likeness. You can, if a ChemSketch required the license ID, you can always skip it. You don't need to enter the license ID. License ID is for the academic or a commercial user. For the students or a teacher, you don't need a license ID. Yes, it works on a Mac. So ChemDraw. Okay, I will. I was discussing the features which was showing the reaction scheme. So it has one of the good feature which I like it myself. If I select the clean structure, it will select the best possible arrangement. However, if I select the whole reaction scheme and select the cleanup reaction, it will also give the best possible look of a reaction scheme. Uh, in a organic reaction scheme, we also need a curve arrow. The curve arrow shows the flow of electron or transfer of electron in a complex reaction scheme. So reaction scheme, you can use these kind of arrow to draw the reaction scheme and show the electron flow based on your reaction scheme. So this feature helps in drawing the reaction scheme. So there are many different kind of arrow, half arrow or double arrow. Uh, so on based on your requirement, you can select the best possible arrow or add it in your reaction scheme. So this feature is a you have to click it or a press long press. It will show the many different kind of arrow. So pen tool is a helpful in a drawing. If you want to draw something or you want to show the drawing of a molecule or a hand drawn molecule. So yeah, for hand drawing or handwritten, pen tool is help. So for the multiple bond, you want to add or double bond, or triple bond, or different kind of bond. So this tool will help any if you want to show. So these are the different features, which such as brackets and wedge arrow to explain the stereochemistry, or a wavy bond to which will helpful in a reaction scheme, or you want to draw the table you can use this feature, table tool. You can draw the table tool and show the reaction, different reaction conditions. And there are different templates. So if you click on the template, you will see the many different kind, such as a biomolecule or animals or a chemical bond, a chemical structure which is already made. You only have to click it. For example, if I want to select a phenyl ring or a nanotube or a macromolecule, you just need to select it and click it. It will show the ready-made structure. So, the main feature which you will use in a molecular docking or a DFT study to how to convert the 2D structure into 3D structure. So, it has a already made built-in uh, 3D properties. So, if you select the chemical view, when you select the view and show the chemical Chem 3 3D hot link. So a new molecule will be shown. So when you click on the launch Chem 3D, so new window will open. So this window will show that 3D structure. So you can also add the different kind of a structure you want to add. However, if you want to select it, you want to select you need to familiarize yourself with the use of these different features. So if you want from this feature, you can rotate it as you want, and this feature you help you select it, uh, or if you want to select it and you want to optimize it. For the optimization, you will have a different kind of a features. Uh, Games and Gaussian interface or Autodock interface will not work here because it is not connected to the main server. However, you can use the energy minimization step. So I think that Dr. Pyaz has explained the significance of this type of energy MM2 molecular mechanics. Basically, it is a molecular mechanics feature, and it is most helpful in optimizing the organic molecules. So when we select it, perform the molecular, it will show the how the number of iterations. So iteration means number of steps it will use to convert it the low possible energy. When we select it on a run, and it will run and it will show that it has the energy of 18.48 kilocalorie per mole energy. So you can directly save it from the file, and it will show you different possible file types. So whether you want to save it on a ChemDraw format or a picture format, a TIFF format. So my recommendation is to save it as a SDF file or a mol file. Uh, so it will show that this extension is a so, okay. So ChemDraw. So ChemDraw is a good software if you want to user friendly or a user interface and toolware. Uh, it has you can easily edit the structure. So I have also shown that the features of a camera such as a NMR or mass spectrometry or a chemical structure to the name conversion or a chemical structure to name to the structure conversion. So I have also made this template to show the how to use this toolbar and have I have labeled each and every feature. So it will be easy to understand for you understand. So, but you have to practice and practice if you get any good. One of the main feature I have to show a ChemDraw is sharing stop. You can directly save it as a file type. So if you select a file type and you will see the different extension. Uh, if you want to save it as a picture, you will see the PNG format or JPEG format or TIFF format. So however, if you want to see the mole format or a SDF format, which will be required in a molecular docking or DFT study. So when we select it and save it, for example, test molecule. So I will use this molecule to optimize in a later Avogadro structure. So you can say directly save it or a picture based on. However, if you want to copy, if you are select and a control plus C copy and open your Word document and you can directly paste it and it will be linked directly linked with my uh, software. First, let me show it. Word. So this is Word document, and when we select the when control plus V or a paste, I paste this structure and the structure will automatically show it. If I double click it, ChemDraw window will open it. So this feature is a both the ChemSketch and ChemDraw feature also work in a also work in a Word. It means okay. Let me see the messages. No, if you download this structure on a PubCub, you don't need these tools. However, you will need Avogadro's tool, which I will later explain to optimize the structure of the structure which are downloaded from the PubCam. These structures, these tools, ChemSketch and ChemDraw, are helpful when you want to draw your synthesized structure. Uh, uh, for example, you have synthesized structure, chemical compound in your laboratory, and you want to conduct a molecular docking study or DFT studies. So you have to draw the structure in first in these tools, and then you have to optimize 3D optimize it. So you won't find these structure in a PubChem library. PubChem is also is only helpful for the already uh, published structure which has established chemical properties or physical properties. Uh, Most helpful for the natural compound. So I hope I answered your question. Next, okay, if I compare the ChemSketch versus a ChemDraw, ChemSketch is helpful for the general chemical drawing, and it's helpful for the teaching or a routine structure preparation. However, ChemDraw gives the professional look in your publication or a thesis. It will show the strong chemical reaction scheme flow or publication style figure, a powerful editing template or a chemical structure. You can also save your template and you can later use it to edit or add another chemical structure. So however, I will recommend the ChemDraw if you want to user-friendly interface. ChemSketch is helpful. It is free. I will recommend that use both software. So use that software which you find most helpful for your requirement. So next software is a Avogadro. So Avogadro is helpful in optimizing the 2D structure you have drawn in a ChemDraw or a ChemSketch, or you have downloaded from the PubChem website. So how you can optimize the using the Avogadro? So Avogadro is also helpful in showing the DFT results of DFT, such as a HOMO-LUMO energies or a HOMO-LUMO orbital. So let me show the how Avogadro works. Okay, what is the message? Okay, uh, this is the Avogadro window. Avogadro will show this structure. If I click on anywhere on the canvas, it will form the structure. However, it is very difficult to draw the structure in a Avogadro. So I will recommend that you draw the structure in a Avogadro ChemDraw and then open the structure in Avogadro software. So when you select the file and open the structure, we have just saved. For example, we have saved the test molecule. It is asking that it does not contain the 3D coordinate. It will automatically add the 3D coordinate. So you have to click the yes. So our benzene structure we drew in a ChemDraw, it is also showing here. So you can rotate it. You can see the different features. For example, you can see center alignment tool or a aligned to the axis. So you have many features. If you want to see that 3D property of a molecule, so this one is a best of. You can also add hydrogen or a hydrogen for a specific pH for a biological molecule, or a remove hydrogen, or a, you can also invert or a insert chirality. No. Okay, how it will help in a our study in a docking or a DFT study. So you have to select the first energy optimization tool. Uh, it will show as a E sign when you move the cursor on it, it will show the auto optimization. So auto optimization will show the different kind of force fields. You have to select the force field. So there are different kind of force fields. For example, GAFF or a G chemical. So these force fields are not helpful for us because these force fields are required for a very large molecule such as a complex or a inorganic complexes. If you want to optimize the small organic molecule or a biological molecule, so these two force fields such as MMFF94, which is molecular mechanics force field, it is the most recommended and most widely used force field to optimize the structure. So, Umber phosphate UF is for a complex biological molecule, very large molecule. So these two phosphate are recommended. So you can also increase or decrease the steps or a, steps or iteration. So when we'll click the start, it will uh, start to optimization. It is showing that it has energy 67.9991. So if you remember, when we optimize the benzene structure in a, a ChemDraw 3D window, it gave the optimization energy 18 point something. However, Avogadro is showing the 67. So I will use Avogadro's optimization because it will it save our time because you cannot conduct molecular docking or a DFT study without the optimizing the structure. So first you need to optimize and you have to give the low possible energy. Then you have to perform the further molecular analysis. Okay. Another feature which are helpful for the Avogadro, you can directly prepare your uh, structure. So we have already optimized the structure, and you can also prepare the input structure of a various chemical software, such as Gaussian. So for a Gaussian, you have a different feature such as a geometry optimization or single or frequency. So what kind of quantum mechanical analysis you want to perform, you can directly prepare the input file for using the Avogadro software. So this software also help in preparing the software. Okay, let me answer the question. Uh, Screen on the Avogadro is not showing. Now it is showing. Now you can see the Avogadro window. Okay. So I will explain again. Yeah, I have to remove it. Uh, okay. Let's start again. Avogadro is helpful when you want to 3D convert, you want to convert your 2D structure, which you drew in a ChemDraw or a ChemSketch, into 3D diagram. So why you need a 3D structure? Because if you want to conduct a molecular docking or DFT study, so without that 3D structure, you cannot perform these kind of analysis. So you can also load your PubChem molecule. For example, I have downloaded PubChem molecule. Uh, for example, so this is the molecule which I have downloaded from the PubChem. When I will open it in a Avogadro molecule, this structure will show. So you can, as you can see, that it is a complex structure, and you can see the different. You can rotate it as you want, and you will see here. So you can auto center it, and there are different kind of feature. If you want to label it, you have to select it. It will show the labeling and number of atoms. If you want to show it, if whether their hydrogen bond exists in internal hydrogen bond exists in a molecule or not, this feature will show it. It will also show the dipole or a force. So there are different uh, features you can select from here. So first, we need to see that how you can use the Avogadro software for your analysis. So if you want to center it, you have to click the view and center it, or it will auto center the molecule. So how it will help in our study? So you need to see this ribbon, and you have to select the symbol. E symbol, when you move the cursor on it, it will show the auto optimization tool. When you click it, and this window will open. It is showing that the options such as force field or steps for the update. So selecting the force field is very important. By default, it will show the umber force field. So umber force field is helpful for the complex biological molecule. So if you want to optimize your organic molecule or a small molecule, these forces are a most reliable molecular mechanics M double F 94 or 94S. Both are basically same force source field, and they are mostly utilized to optimize the organic molecule. So you will see that its optimization process is ongoing, and you have to continue this process until the delta E becomes zero. Okay. So it can take 1 minute or 2 minutes or a 5 minute or 3 minutes. So I have downloaded from a PubChem and it was already optimized, so it didn't take much time. However, if you do the molecule in your ChemDraw or a ChemSketch and you load the Avogadro molecule in your Avogadro window, it will take the much time. So the time vary based on the type of molecule. Okay, when you select it and you can save this file, save as type, and you can save in any extension you want, such as mol or a PDB, XYZ, or a different kind of extension available. Uh, uh, you can select the extension you want to save your file as. Okay, what is the question? Okay, another feature which is helpful for the Avogadro is you can directly generate the input file for a quantum chemical calculation software. So you will use the Gaussian software. Other software you will not use because they are paid. Uh, However, you will use the Gaussian software. You can directly generate the input file. So in the later section, we will discuss the significance of a theory or charge or a basis set. However, you just need to know that you can also generate input file using the Avogadro software. Okay. You can also load your structure, which you do in a ChemDraw or a ChemSketch. So as you remember, we saved a molecule as a test molecule, and when we load it, it will load the window and it will ask if our molecule does not contain the 3D coordinate. Okay. So I hope you have liked Avogadro software. Yes, it is necessary to optimize your molecule. If you don't optimize your structure before conducting the molecular docking or a DFT study, you will get the distorted geometry in your DFT calculation. So it is best recommended to optimize your structure before conducting the type of chemical calculation. Uh, okay, you can optimize using OpenBabel. However, OpenBabel is not very accurate in optimizing the chemical structure. It will arrange the best possible low energy. But Avogadro is the most helpful in selecting the low possible chemical energy. These are the different kind of features. You can select, so I have discussed that you can select, you can add hydrogen and you can also add hydrogen in your organic molecule in Navigator based on the pH. So for the important step, you need to know that the drawing is not a optimization. So if you 2D draw structure, you still need to optimize. So how you can use these three software for your workflow? So we can use these software in integration. For example, we can use the ChemDraw or ChemSketch to draw the chemical structure and show the chemical connectivity. For Avogadro, we can inspect or build 3D geometry and perform the initial geometry. Important point is that uh, accurate optimization will be done in a DFT study in a optimization process. It gives the initial possible geometry optimization. It doesn't give the best possible optimized structure. So then you can perform the Gaussian or other quantum chemical calculation, and then you can visualize your results such as molecular electrostatic potential or orbital or a charges or a docking forces. So if you have any structure, if you have any question, you can ask it. I will answer it. Okay. Okay. If you have a large number of molecules, if you have downloaded your library from a chemical database such as SafChem or a Zinc, so I do think you don't need to optimize one by one. You can use the script which Dr. Fiaz has shared with you. However, if you drew the organic molecule or a organic structures in which are not updated on a online database. Okay, I have sent links to download these software in a WhatsApp group. You can check my message. I will also send it again. Any other question? Yes, you don't need to optimize the structure one by one in Avogadro. So basically, I want to show the different kind of a software you can use to optimize your molecules. So based on your experience, you can select what kind of feature or what kind of tool you want to use in your analysis. So DFT will be discussed in a later session. So link will be provided then. Uh, yes, you can proceed to the docking or MD simulation in the later session. Gaussian link will be shared when we will discuss the how to perform the DFT calculation. So for the time being, you can practice the drawing the molecule in a ChemDraw or a ChemSketch or a Avogadro. I have to mention that for a Gaussian, you can also use the Windows interface or a Linux interface. Windows interface is a user friendly. However, for the Linux interface, you need to understand the coding. Yes, you need to optimize the structure you will draw in ChemDraw. However, if you have already validated structure from the ChemDraw or another chemical database, I don't think you need to optimize it further. So, uh, if you want to be careful, you can optimize it. However, it is not a necessary step if when you download the structure from the PubChem. Uh, the structures from the PubChem is usually optimized because these are the experimental structure and they have uploaded the pre-optimized structure. As you have seen that when we optimize the molecule from the PubChem, it didn't take much time. However, when we optimize the structure from the ChemDraw, Avogadro will take 1 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. How if but for a DFT study, DFT will automatically optimize the structure anyway. Okay, I have given the comparison between these software. Stars will show the significance. Uh, Optimization will select the best conformers, which is low in energy, because molecule exists in a number of conformers. So each conformation has a different energy. So for the molecular docking or a further MD simulation, we need the lowest conformer energy, and then you can use it as a ligand. If you need a high energy ligand, so it will not show the accurate result. Yes, you can use other tools to draw the structure. So, as I have discussed earlier, it all depends on your expertise or a experience with the tool you are a most familiar with. So it is not necessary to or a rule to only use these a ChemSketch or ChemDraw to draw uh, such structure. We recommend these tools because they are most widely used to draw the chemical structure. Okay, I will share the link of slides and also link of software. You can right click or click on the software. It will take you to the Google Drive and you can download soft from there. So, so this software is applicable only for the Windows. Okay, any other question? So this slide also showing the hand of practice. I will also share this slide. You can, there are different examples and you can uh, practice and you will share your feedback or if you have any question in understanding the uses of this software, you can ask anytime. So any more questions? No, no, you don't need to submit assignments. You just need to practice it. Uh, for clarification, if you download your structure from the PubChem, uh, it is not necessary to optimize your structure one by one. You can use the script which Dr. Fiaz has shared with you to optimize in a batch manner. Sure, I will discuss with Dr. Fiaz for the programming lecture in a future session. Okay, if there are no any further question, I am ending meeting. Sure, I will share PowerPoint. Okay, bye. Take care.